Plenty Valley FM presents Sig's Flicks.
And it's a big welcome to the man that gives you all the details about the silver screen. And talk about silver screens, we're going to be talking about the Oscars. Welcome, Sig.
Welcome back for yet another year of the long-running Valley Lifestyles, Bill.
Yeah, we've been going now for 34, 35 years.
Oh, yeah, 35 years, but who's counting?
Yeah, exactly. I've lost count.
Yes, but as usual, beginning of the first Sig Flicks of the year, we're looking into some of the Oscar nominations which have come out recently, and I'm going to be quickly going over. There's 10 films to look at. The best film categories, top one, and the Oscars coming out next month now in March, so we'll be looking at seeing how those go. But getting straight into it, one of the films we have is all of these screens. Just before I get started, all these films are screening right now in Melbourne or at home on your television, streaming the way it is now. Some, as is the weird situation nowadays, both at the same time, in cinemas and streaming at home. So if you guys are interested in some of these, you can check them out, all except one, which I will be able to tell you about shortly. But first off, we have one of the films nominated is Past Lives. This is a Korean-American film, which is really wonderful. I really enjoyed this. First, at 3-hander, this woman is a Korean woman is in America, is married to an American guy, and she gets contacted and meets up with a past love, a past guy that she had a relationship with years ago, and they meet over the years just occasionally, and it's a very wonderful story about reconnecting. And that's where the title comes from, Past Lives, and how they look at themselves. But I don't know whether that's going to be in for a possibility of a best film, but it's certainly a wonderful film I recommend for you guys to see. Very good, from director Celine Song. Past Lives. And another one we have, and this is the one which has not been released yet in Australia. It's coming up next month, so you'll be able to see that later. American Fiction. It's an incredible story. This black person is railing against the fact that people are making money and capitalizing on the trend to have emphasis on the black people and marginalized people being a bit more recognized, and people sort of capitalize on that. And he, in the movie, he decided to write a book to point that out, and it becomes part of the problem because it becomes popular itself. And it's quite an interesting story there, a bit of a comedy. That's American Fiction. A very good job. And this is nominated for Best Film from first-time director Cord Jefferson, which is a bit rare, so it jumped right to the top there. We wish that all the luck. American Fiction. Another one has been nominated. Is quite a harrowing story, Zone of Interest. And this is a story, incredible, of Rudolf Hess, and he's got his nice little happy family compound, is one of the leaders of the Auschwitz concentration camp during the war, and his house with his family, his 5 children, and a swimming pool, and a nice little compound. It's just outside the gate of Auschwitz, so you've got the horrors going in the concentration camp, and also is trying to have happy families there. And this is a incredible film, which I think you want to see as well. And it has been nominated for several other awards so far. But again, not quite up there with some of the top runners. You should probably predict what they will be. But Zone of Interest is highly recommended. And you can see that coming to Australia later this month in cinemas. So that one stars as Rudolf Hess' wife, Sandra Hüller, and she is also in the next film, which is interesting, another German film. It's Anatomy of a Fall. And this is an incredible court case story. This was a woman who was accused of murdering her husband, who fell from the second story of their house for was he pushed? This is a question. So it gets into the court case and what really happened, and it's pretty intriguing the way it gets into that one. And again, that's recommended, a top film, which you want to see. And I don't know about getting Best Actor, Best Film, this one as well, because up against some strong films there. So Anatomy of a Fall. Again, that's screening now in around Melbourne, so you can check that out. Also, the 10 nominations for the Oscars, once again coming up in March. You can see, you've probably heard about this one. It has been getting a lot of noise, a lot of information, and a lot of momentum. Bradley Cooper's latest big effort, Maestro, about Leonard Bernstein. It's a little bit different. It follows his relationship with his wife, played very well by Carey Mulligan, and she's been nominated again for Best Supporting Actress in this role. But unfortunately, Brad Cooper himself was not nominated for Best Director, which is a bit of a hard call because he worked a lot on that one, and the word is he worked for 6 years working with a conductor to sort of perfect his conducting technique for this film for one small segment, particularly in this film, which is a great scene where he's conducting the New York Philharmonic Orchestra in this film. So Bradley Cooper possibly on this one, but I don't think it will quite make it. He did such a good role on that one, and such a good job also as directing. So, and you can see that one now online, streaming that. So, Maestro in with a chance, but maybe not. Another wonderful film, we've got The Holdovers, and this one, I think you'll find, again, it's such a wonderful role from Paul Giamatti, and this one has just been released after Christmas, although it takes place over the Christmas holidays, and he plays the role of a crotchety, old, middle-aged professor in an exclusive boys' school in America, and no one likes him. The boys don't like him. The parents don't like him. Teachers don't like him. He's a very annoying and always right, and sort of puts people off all the time. And he is left to look after the 5 or 6 boys that have nowhere to go over Christmas holidays, and they are called the Holdovers, and he supervises them during the holiday break. And several of them go, and it's just down to one kid who's left there by his parents gallivanting around Europe, who sort of left him behind. And this is a wonderful, first of all, three-handed film with Paul Giamatti, and a very good role from Davine Joy Randolph playing the cook who is looking after them, cooks for them, also dispenses a bit of down-home wisdom. And also a really good role from Dominic Sess as the 15-year-old boy who's left behind to look after him. This is a really good role from Paul Giamatti from Alexander Payne. Now, Bill, you might recognize this guy. He also conducted Paul Giamatti years ago in that wonderful wine film, Sideways. Did you ever catch that one?
Yes, I did. Yeah, it was quite good.
It's a similar director same director, and Paul Giamatti, the actor in this one, and it looks like he could be doing very well from the pairing of that one. It's a wonderful film in that one, and this one is similar. So that one's called The Holdovers, and
right.
I recommend it. And we're getting down to the last few. Now we have Barbie. How can I talk about the top films without Barbie getting in there?
Exactly.
Barbie. Yeah.
I was hanging out for you.
What's that, sorry?
I was hanging out for it.
Oh, yeah, for Barbie. Yeah. This has been very controversial because after problems with the Oscars in previous years about including ethnic groups and also women in a lot of nominations, both the director, Greta Gerwig, very good job of directing this one, and the lead actor, Margot Robbie, did not get nominations for their particular roles. And this has been getting people a lot up in arms. They're causing, again, more sexism in the Oscars, but we'll see how we go on this one. I thought it wouldn't do too well because it is a bit of a frothy comedy with a lot underneath the hood on this one, but still, it's made over $1 billion, and money speaks.
Languages, all languages.
Yeah, exactly. So we wish all the best, but I'm not quite sure because there's still a couple of big ones coming. And Killers of the Flower Moon, of course, from Martin Scorsese is right up there as one of the top ones to be possibly considered, but maybe not quite make it in because the big front runner, of course, is Oppenheimer, which is just hands down as someone that reckons it's going to be so well received as one of the better films.
Yeah, I saw that a week ago.
Oh, yeah. And it's just very long and very involved. It's such incredible work. It's also best supporting actor from Robert Downey Jr., as you remember, did a very good job in his role. Emily Blunt, playing Oppenheimer's wife, nominated. Cillian Murphy himself for Best Actor. And it's quite good there. I think that is pretty well slam dunk. Everyone said that one's going. It's one of the films of the year. Very long, very involved, and it's amazing things that happen in that film.
Exactly. Just because it's long, it captures your interest all the way through, and you don't realise you've been there for nearly 3 hours.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a real. It gets you in and immerses you in what's going on, even though it is very dialogue strong and it features a lot of talking and going and machinations, more about the political machinations, as you know. But the last film, just in the last minute here, I would really like to recommend, and I hope this gets it, I think it should get it. It's a totally original and different film from Yorgos Lanthimos, Poor Things, turned to screening. And it's a wonderful story about a real crazy and out there film about this woman who has her unborn child's brain transplanted in her when she dies. It sounds like a bit of a horror story, almost like Frankenstein, but it's quite different. And the way she grows up, learns about the world, is just wonderful and almost phantasmagorical, the way things go there. Poor Things. It's quite a different film, very original, and I think that should get Best Oscar. But, as I say, in the last minute here of Sig Flicks, or a few seconds, Oppenheimer probably pretty well a shoe-in for Best Actors. And we'll see Bill in March.
Beautiful. All right, thank you very much for being on today and giving us a good summary of all those nominated pictures. And I've only seen one of them, but the others look, Killers of the Flower Moon looks quite attractive as well. So thank you very much for being on today, and you'll be back on with Thurston next week.
Thanks, Bill.
Okay, bye for now. Mm-hmm. That was Sig Anderson giving you the rundown on the Oscars on Sig's Flicks.